Hi everyone, welcome to JavaScript for Beginners series, and today's topic is JavaScript objects. JavaScript objects are everywhere, whether you are dealing with data, handling state, or modeling real world entities. But did you know there are multiple ways to define objects in JavaScript, each with its unique strengths? In this video, we will explore 7 powerful methods to create objects, from basic object literals to advanced techniques using Object.fromEntries. Let's start with object literals. This is the most straightforward, commonly used method to define an object. Let me show you an example. Object literals. Let me start creating one person object. Person object. So name, RAM, and age 30, and one method. So let me log one statement here. Hello, this is okay. I'm simply printing one statement in console log. Okay, let me save this. As you can see, it's simple, clear, and ideal when you want to create objects on the fly with specific values. So here we are simply using object literals, that is just we are putting everything inside parentheses, curly braces, and then we are creating an object. This is very useful when you want to create an objects on the fly. Let me save this and then call the method. Let me open console here. See here. So now we are able to access the object, person object, and the property name. Okay. Now the second method to create an object is using constructor functions. So this method is perfect when you need to create multiple instances of an object. Let me explain with an example. Now the second method is constructor functions. Okay, let me create a function. Person, name, age are the parameters. So inside this I am simply assigning name equal to name, age, and then one function, that is greet. Okay, inside function let me add a log statement, console.log hello, this is now let me call, or let me create let me create objects based on this constructor function. So this method gives us a reusable object blueprint. If you see here, this is the blueprint. So allowing us to generate multiple objects with similar properties. Let me show you. Const person1 equal to new person Ravi, then age is 30. So this creates one object that is called person1. Now let me call person1 dot greet. So in the similar way, I can create one more object, that is person2, using the same blueprint. Okay, let me add that as well. Person2 Ramesh, age is 50. If I run and then see, now see here, for the first, this is Ravi, so it created an object that is person1 where the name is Ravi and then age is 30. So in the similar way, I used constructor function to create a second object that is person2. Here that, okay, something went wrong here. It should actually treat, okay, I did a mistake here. I should call this person2. Now let me save and then see here. Now the person2 has properties name, that is Ramesh, and then age 50. So this is the second way of creating objects. And the third way is using ES6 classes. So it's a similar to constructor functions, but the code looks much cleaner when compared with your constructor functions. Okay, let me show you an example here. Simply use class keyword and then person. So inside, let me add a constructor function, for which I'm passing name, age. So this dot name equal to name, this dot name equal to name, this dot age equal to age, and then let me have a method that is greet. Inside it, console dot log hello, this is this dot name. Okay, now we were done with creating a class. Now let me create an object using this class. Const person3 equal to new person. So for which I'll be passing the two properties, that is name and age. So here I say Sachin and the age is 45. Okay, now let me call the method greet using person3 object. Okay, now let me save and then see. Okay, person is already defined, I guess. Okay, we used person already. Let me rename this with persons. Okay, persons. See, if you look at here, we now created an object using class. So this is the class which we created. So now using this class we can create how many objects we want. It's up to us. Let's see, if I want to create one more object, I can use similar way which we used constructor functions, Rahul, and then same replace this with 4, save. See here. So this is how we can create objects using classes. The next thing is factory functions. So next thing is factory functions. Factory functions. So this is a powerful method. Okay, this is a powerful method. This approach returns a new object without using the new keyword. So the best use of this factory functions is we don't need to use any new keyword. So let me show you an example how we can create an object using factory functions. Okay, let me create a function. Create person, for which I'm passing parameters. There is name, age. Okay, name, age. Inside this function I'm just returning an object. Return an object with this dot name, sorry, not this dot name, just we should assign whatever the name parameters we received, so to variables, and then age, sorry, greet, console.log, hello, my name is this dot name. Okay, this is a function which we created to, this is a factory function which we created to create objects of type person. Okay, now let me create the objects. Const person5 equal to, just call the create person method or function, factory function, for which I'm passing parameters. That is name Rohit and then age is 35. Okay, now let me call greet function and then save. Now if you see here, we got hello, my name is Rohit. So this is how we can create objects using factory functions. Okay, this is the fourth way of creating objects. And the fifth way is Object.create methods. Okay, and the fifth way is using Object.create method. Object.create method. So if you look at the fifth method is Object.create. This method allows you to create a new object with a specified prototype. The simple thing is, I can say, is we simply pass an object prototype from which we want to create a new object. Okay, let me show you an example here. So this is an object prototype. I can say person prototype equal to greet. I'm simply adding a method here, that is greet method, where I'm printing a statement to the console.log, hello, my name is hello, my name is this dot name. Okay, here this refers to the object which calls this method. That's it. Okay, next thing is, now I would like to create objects based on this prototype. Let's see, if I call const person6 equal to object dot create. So here we should pass the from which you want to create an object. So now my thing is I simply pass this thing. I want to create an object based on this prototype. Now what it happens is it will return an object. It will return an object along with this method. Okay, now I can assign person 6. It will create an object, so for which I'm simply assigning properties, values to property name, that is Kohli. Name is Kohli. Okay, now let me call the greet method and then see what happens. See here. So what I'm doing is I simply created a prototype, that is this is the object prototype. From this object prototype I want to create an object, so for which I'm simply passing or using Object.create method, for which I'm passing this prototype, so which will return an object. So and then for that object I'm assigning values to property name. Okay, this is about how to create an object using Object.create. Okay, next thing is using Object.assign. Okay, using Object.assign. So and the use of this Object.create is this is especially useful when you want to create an object that inherits from another. Okay, so it's simply kind of an inheritance kind of thing. So next thing is Object.assign. For cloning or merging objects, Object.assign is a great option. It allows you to copy or combine properties from multiple objects. Okay, let me show you an example. Here for Object.assign method to define objects in JavaScript. Okay, so let me define const person equal to let me define an object, or else I'll do one thing. See, we created a couple of objects right before this. See, this is a person 1. So now what I want to do is I simply want to create an object of type person 1. Okay, let me call here. What I can do is I'll simply use console.log Object.assign, for which I'm going to pass person 1. So person 1. Now let me save this and then see here, this is a person 1. So what I'm doing here is I'm simply creating a person object based on the person 1 object which is already there. It's a kind of a clone. If I say this is a person 1 object, here is a person 1 object with the properties, that is name Ravi and then age 30. So I am simply cloning that object. So for which what I did is I used Object.assign, which created an object. I can even do assignment also instead of calling here, right? I can do constant person 7 equal to this one. So if I print this person 7, see here, save. So what I'm doing here is I'm simply creating object 7, that is person 7 object, by cloning person 1 object. Okay, for which I used Object.assign. Okay, and the next, so it's handy when you need to merge or shallow copy objects. I can say if you want to merge or do shallow copy of objects, this is the best way of doing using Object.assign. And the final one is using Object.fromEntries. So this method converts an array of key value pairs into an object. An array of key value pairs into an object. So the thing is, it is very useful when you want to convert or create an object from an array, okay. Let me show you an example. For this. Final one is Object.fromEntries. So this actually converts or creates an object from an array of key value pairs. So for that, let me create an array. Entries equal to name, Raj, age 30, city Hyderabad. Okay, now let me save this and then use Object.fromEntries to create an object. Person 8 equal to Object.fromEntries and then pass this entries. Array. Okay, now let me print into console. Person 8. See here, now I got an object, that is which I created using Object.fromEntries method, for which I passed an array of key value pairs. Okay, so these are all 7 powerful methods to create objects in JavaScript. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe and like the video. Thanks.